Hello, welcome. So there you are, you've got your car key like that. It's a Dacia or a Renault, or very similar to several others. And you've got the problem, you push the button, nothing happens. So you go and stick it in the hole and hey presto, it does work as a key, but you can't do the mobilisation and the setting the alarm. So therefore you've got to change the battery. But if you go along to one of the little shops that does it, they're going to charge you a lot of money. So I thought I'd show you how to do it. Before you do anything else, you're going to have to take it off your keyring because the keyring goes through both sides of the housing. So let's get it off and then we can have a look and see where we go from there. It's my keyring is fairly easy. So there we go. Right. So that's the key ring gone. And now we've got to undo this screw. Now this screw is actually important. It holds the blade in. It also holds the two sides of the housing together. This is not a major issue, but make sure you've got a proper fitting Phillips screwdriver, because if you make a mess of that screw, it's going to be very difficult to get anything apart. It's all quite tight. Obviously you could try and prise it apart with your fingernails. It doesn't work, I can assure you. It really isn't worth trying to fiddle about with it. But what you'll find here is, you can see there is a slot. Now what we need to do is get something into that slot. So what I did was got a key and I put the key in there. You could use a coin, 2p piece, couple of cent piece, whatever. Sure, you can find something in your local currency that will do the job, and then you can just prise it open and it literally comes apart like that. So on one side you've got the PCB, on the other side you've got the battery. Now it's a 2016 in this particular one, and what I'm trying to show you here is it's quite difficult to get the battery out because it's very well held in, and it's not something you can really do with your fingernails because it's all recessed, and by the time you've got your fingers into there, there's no room to move them. So yeah, again, gently, just if you use the screwdriver, you'll find that you can get the thing out, because you can see the difficulty I'm having here, but here we go, with the screwdriver, just tuck it in there. Now there's a sort of spring there, just tuck it in there and hey presto, out it comes. It looks easy when you know what you're doing. And then you just slot the new one back in. Now, I will point out that because it was difficult to get out, it's actually also a little bit fiddly to get back in. There are quite a few latches on it, and I'll show you a close-up in a second, and you can see exactly what I'm on about. But when you do get it in, make sure, and this is important, make sure that it bounces up and down when you've got it in, because otherwise it won't make contact properly. Now you can see here there's a spring and at least two other nodules which hold the battery in. You've got to get the battery in underneath that lot, otherwise it's not going to work. So anyway, having done that and got it all springy, you then just literally, you close it up and hey presto, you've got yourself a working, fully functional remote control for your car. Don't forget that to check the functionality of it, and then just put the screw back in the hole and do it up. Don't over tighten it or you'll pull it out the other side and it doesn't look very nice. So that's the way it works, and it's foolproof really. You just got to be a little bit careful, and if you do that you'll get yourself a nice cheap job. You can get the batteries, there's a link in the description where you can get the batteries from on Amazon. If after you put it together you're still having problems, or if it goes intermittent, look here, this spring can sometimes give you problems, so it's well worth having a look in there and making sure that that is working properly. And you can test that by putting a voltage meter, if you've got one, across those two terminals. If you've got any questions, then please put them in the comments and we'll go from there. If you've got any values from this, please like, subscribe, catch you another time. Bye bye.